Hi all. Let's do a video on finding a job. The job hunt. It's a pretty big topic. I'm not an expert on the topic, but it's kind of been a hobby of mine for a long time. 20, 30 years. It's just one of those topics I've always been interested in. So with the first video, I'm going to get right to the job sites and how to look for job openings. And then in other videos, we'll kind of pick things apart just a bit and go over how to make a resume and things like that. So here's something that's good to do. On an index card, write this out. You could print it out, tape it above your computer, tape it on your bathroom window, someplace where you're going to see it a lot. So if you're unemployed, your job is to find a job. So a good place to start is to force yourself to send out 10 resumes a day. Okay? Now, that's a lot if you have to personalize each resume. So I'm giving a rough estimate here of 4 hours. Telephone 2 companies a day. Companies that you sent resumes to, or you would like to know if there's openings. So we're saying 2 hours a day. Rough estimate, 2 hours, because you have to find the resume you sent them. You might have to research the company or the position so you know what you're talking about. Then call them up, try and talk to them. And then study the job hunt at least 2 hours a day. Flip through some books, watch some videos, something. There's more to it than just sending out resumes. And we'll get into that. Probably not in this video, but the next one. So just to give you a general idea of what I'm talking about here is you have to learn how to create a resume. You have to learn how to create a letter that you send with your resume. How to create a thank you letter. After you go to an interview, you send the person a thank you letter the same day. And there's all types of things like that, but that would be the important things. How to properly dress for an interview. Blue suit, white shirt, or blue suit, gray suit, pastel shirt, some type of tie, striped tie, or some type of a design. And same would go for women. Some type of blue suit. White shirts make you look pale. They recommend you stay away from white shirts unless you're tan. So that's the type of thing I'm talking about when you study job hunting. There's more to it than things you would ever think of. This telephone thing here, I read one article years ago. The fella said he interviewed a whole bunch of people for the position, and he couldn't decide which one to hire. So he put a whole stack of resumes on his desk of people he wanted to hire for that position, for one position. And he said, first one to call to check on the status of their resume gets the job. And he said no one called. So, you don't want to pester them, but you should call them. Let them know you're still interested. Okay, so there's all types of things like that we can get into there. I started putting together this website years ago. It started out as just like a business dress for interviews. And I started putting it together for my son when my son was in college. And it's grown over the years. We're talking like 20 years or so. But it's grown to include anything that might affect your career. So I kind of gotten carried away with it as far as job search. But any little thing I bump into that might affect your career, which is just about everything, right? I go ahead and put a small note in here. So I'll put a link to this. As I create future videos, I'll cover the topics on this page. It would be impossible to do a video on every little topic here, so. But this is what I'm working from. Something that you might want to do is go out and get a battery powered clock. You don't want to get a job and then have your alarm not go off. Okay? So I'd get 2 of them in case one doesn't work. The second one will still go off. And then maybe even set your phone so you'll have 3 alarms. Something that goes along with that, once you do get your job, pack a lunch the first couple weeks, because usually you're in a strange place, you don't know the city or you don't know the roads. You don't want to leave the building for lunch and then be late coming back. So at least for the first couple weeks until you get the hang of the area, you learn where everything is. Okay, so those are just the type of tips that I'm talking about. Things that you might not ever have thought of. Okay, so when it comes to finding a job these days, there's lots of different ways. They always say networking is the best way. Of course, network, talk to everybody you know, email everyone you know, tell them you're looking for work. But also use the job websites. Job websites, newspapers, anything you can get your hands on. People always ask me, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Well, I always say do everything, because you never know where that position is going to come from. Okay, so, I would say Indeed.com would be the main place to look for work these days. Monster.com used to be the main spot, but it seems like just since Indeed has come around, that's the place that most people are going to. I like Indeed because it pulls in job ads from the other sites, and it has a lot of local jobs, jobs in your area. And Indeed has all types of jobs, every area, every discipline. Same with Monster, they cover all areas. Dice.com is probably the biggest job site. Monster.com and Dice.com. Those are the two big ones. But Dice is mainly tech jobs, computer tech and things like that. And then careerboard.com is another big one. And there's a career board for every city, depending on what city you live in or that you want to go to. So, and then whatever big city you're near will probably have a job website. And then the U.S. government also has a job website. It's called Office of Personnel Management. And I think it brings you right to this site. Okay, and then of course there's all types of specific companies. If there's a company that you want to work for, you go right to that company website, and they usually have a careers page. You can see what openings they have. You can apply for the position right on the website. There's specialty job websites, whatever your field is, like do a search for accounting jobs or plumbing jobs, and there'll be specialty job sites that only list that one type of job. Schools, colleges, universities, they also have career centers. There's actually an office, a specific office that you can go to, and they can help you write your resume. They can give you advice on how to send it out, on how to go to interviews. Some of them have free seminars that you can go to. So don't ignore these people. They know what's going on in your area. They can help you a lot. And the best part is it's free. They usually have lots of books on the topic. They usually have file cabinets full of job postings or boards up on the wall with all types of jobs. And then your local area, your job services office, has a room with printers, computers, people there that can help you write a resume. And they also have a website that they post all types of jobs. Okay, so let's start with looking at Indeed.